In Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulullah, Anbiya wal Mursaleen. We are going to listen from one of our guide, Hafiz Mohsin. He is going to recite a few ayahs and then we'll get started, inshallah ta'ala.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يثبت الله الذين آمنوا بالقول الثابت في الحياة الدنيا وفي الآخرة ويضل الله الظالمين ويفعل الله ما يشاء. ألم تر إلى الذين بدلوا نعمة الله كفرا وأحلوا قومهم دار البوار جهنم يصلونها وبئس القرار وجعلوا لله أندادا ليضل عن سبيله قل تمتعوا فإن مصيركم إلى النار. قل لعبادي الذين آمنوا يقيموا الصلاة وينفقوا مما رزقناهم سرا وعلانية من قبل أن يأتي يوم لا بيع فيه ولا خلال. الله الذي خلق السماوات والأرض وما أنزل من السماء ماء فأخرج به من الثمرات رزقا لكم وسخر لكم الفلك لتجري في البحر بأمره وسخر لكم الأنهار وسخر لكم الشمس والقمر دائبين وسخر لكم الليل والنهار وآتاكم من كل ما سألتموه وإن تعدوا نعمة الله لا تحصوها إن الإنسان لظلوم كفار. صدق الله العظيم.
MashaAllah, Jazakallah khair, Hafiz Mohsin, for a beautiful recitation. So let's quickly get started because they said we have a very busy day today, very busy webinar. So lots of topics that we want to get through, inshallah ta'ala. So Hajj is frame of mind. There is a reason why I keep emphasizing every time, every webinar, I want to keep emphasizing. The reason is this is your success. If we do not get this ingrained into our mind, it is going to be a challenge. I mean, every week when I discuss with different hujjaj, the different challenges, different issues, etc., this is what I keep emphasizing. Because if you do not appreciate this, you do not have the patience, understanding that everyone there is Allah's guest, not just you. The person who is walking around you outside the Jamarat, that person who is anxious to get home, get back to the camp because of the heat, whatever, he's also a guest of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And being forgiving, knowing that this is the guest of Allah. Would you want to be rude to your guest? I don't believe so. Now, these are the guests of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Have that appreciation, and be grateful. Be grateful. There are millions and millions of people. I even receive calls, even these days, in the last few days. Is there any way we can go for Hajj? So there are lots of people out there who'd love to be in your shoes. Of course, they cannot be in your shoes because Allah has accepted you. It is not something that you have done, or I have done, or Rawaf has done, or Jamil has done, or someone else has done. It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that has accepted you. Bear that in mind and appreciate it. Be grateful, humbled in that fact that Allah has accepted you. And seek goodness around you. Don't just keep looking at the fact that the person pushed you. Look at the goodness, the fact that that person wants to do the tawaf. Look at the fact that that person is an old man, that still he is doing the tawaf. Look at the fact that that person around you is trying to help you. There are people around you, the people who serve in the haram, in the Mina camps, etc. They're trying to help you. So look at them, look at their goodness. We just have to notice the goodness. That's very, very, very important. One other thing that I want to highlight is, please keep reminding yourself why you are here. What is the purpose that you are there? Why are you there? Why am I here? You are there as an ibadah. Avoid getting into discussions. You are not there to promote one school of thought or one political view. You are not there to stand up for a cause. That's not the purpose. I know that as when you're as a group, there are causes that we want to talk, we feel like we want to discuss. This is not the environment for you to do that. Please bear this in mind. Keep reminding, why am I here? I'm here to do ibadah. I'm here to seek Allah's acceptance. I'm here to seek Allah's favors. That is the purpose I'm here. So please, I'm emphasizing this because of the very difficult political environment we are in. Okay. Do not get into discussions about one view or the other, the political view. There are different spectrums. I do not want any of my hujjaj to get into trouble because of this, whether it is about the rule in Saudi Arabia, whether it's a rule in United Kingdom, India, America, whatever it is. You're not there to discuss politics. Please do not waste your time discussing politics. Do not discuss politics with anybody. Do not get into these ideological discussions. Use your time in ibadah. Use your time in ibadah as much as possible. That should be your focus. That's what you should be there for. And keep your head straight. Be grateful. Be patient. Be forgiving. See goodness around you, inshallah ta'ala. That is the Hajj's frame of mind. I want you to start thinking about this. And I'm going to keep repeating this until people say, we got it, we got it, we are ready for it. We have the Hajj's frame of mind. I want you to develop this one. This is very, very important. And let me tell you from my personal side, I think there was a question asked of me on Wednesday's meeting if I'm going for Hajj. Absolutely. Every opportunity I get, I'm going to go for Hajj. Okay. Every time I go for Hajj, I do see lots of challenges. I do see lots of issues. I do get frustrated. We are all human beings, right? But once I'm back here, I'm yearning to be back there. I'm yearning to be in the Haram, in the Mataf area. I'm yearning to be in the Rauda area. I'm yearning to be in the courtyard of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. I'm yearning to be there. Even though when I'm there, I do see issues, I do get frustrated, I do get this thing. So the point I'm making is use this opportunity. I don't know if I will have another opportunity. I don't know who among us will have another opportunity. Look at this as your only opportunity and try to seek Allah's favors while you are there, inshallah ta'ala. So I want to go through a few very key logistical issues. One is the airport arrival, and then Hafiz Mohsin will go over the days in Medina, and Hafiz Salah will go over the days in Makkah. Okay, the hotel logistics, the Umrah, and the Rauda in Medina, etc. That's what we are going to cover. The airport arrival. This is something that we have discussed. We've been asking several times. Jeddah Airport. This is the arrival area in the Jeddah airport. This is where you're going to come out. Okay. So when you come out of there, you're going to walk straight to this area where there is this fish bowl. Okay. There is a fish bowl looking here. This is the arrivals area. You walk out here, you see this fish bowl, this thing right smack in the middle. It's very large, very big. There is no way you can miss it. On the two sides of the fishbowl, there are two escalators, very long escalators going down and coming up. You take the escalator down. See, you come here, you take the escalator down, you come down here, and then you come to the courtyard, you make a right turn. Okay. Now, I'm telling you all these things as though you're walking by yourself. You don't need to. There generally are people waiting right here from the service provider who will guide you, who will be wearing jackets, specific jackets that I'll show you in a little bit later, inshallah ta'ala. So they will guide you, they will take you through. But in case, even if they are not there, I just want you to be prepared. This is how you walk down here next to the fishbowl. This is the Jeddah airport. You walk down the escalator, you make a right turn. This is the area where there will be lots of activity going on. These pictures were taken when there was no activity. There will be lots of activity going on. There are lots of service provider team members here. And from here, you're going to walk out of these doors here. Once you walk out of these doors, this is the whole transportation column here. This whole station, this is where all the buses, etc., are there. And people wearing the vests such as these here will be there to guide you, take you to the right bus. Once you tell them which hotel, which service provider, etc., your service provider will know it. They're going to take you and send you away on your way to the hotel that you are sitting in. Okay. Again, you come through the arrivals area. You walk down the escalators here next to this fishbowl. You walk down the escalator here. You come down, make a right turn, walk through these doors into this bus area. You are going to be guided throughout this entire period. Just bear in mind, this entire period, you're going to be guided by service providers, team members, welcoming you right here and taking you out here, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. So this is Medina Airport. Makkah Airport, this is the arrivals area of the Medina Airport. Okay, once you come out of the Medina Airport, on the two sides of the arrivals area, you will find agents sitting there. The service providers teams will be sitting there. This is the uniform of the Rawaf team, and they are going to be sitting here. There will be desk for each service provider, and so basically you need to go look for them, or they will be around here, standing around here waiting. And you then from there on, they are going to take you to the bus and take you off to the hotel, inshallah ta'ala. So this is the part about the arrivals into the Jeddah airport. Okay. Uh, Now let's talk about Medina. I'm going to ask Hafiz Mohsin to come in quickly and go through the days of Medina, inshallah ta'ala.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome, dear hujjaj, to the Medina part. In this session, I'll cover key information to help you navigate Medina with confidence and spiritual focus. We'll discuss the layout of Medina, access to the Roda, location of the hotels, and and malls and shopping areas nearby. So you'll notice the two pink highlighted area. These are the sisters area. The yellow dots over here, this marks the sacred chamber of the Prophet ﷺ and his resting space, and also the resting place of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq and Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu. To the right of the Roda is the Roda waiting area, and the Roda entrance and the waiting area. And you can book your Roda at the specific time. So this will be the part where you'll enter. This is like a zoomed out area. This is will cover the hotels. Um, so the Valley Hotel, this is a 10-minute walk. This is number one over here. This is a 10-minute walk from Masjid al-Nabwi. With the closest gate, it'll be numbered 365. And the next one, Misk al-Balad, number two, over here. It is near the southern area. And the closest gate will be Al-Hijra and Al-Quba gate. And the Asfaf Golden, this is approximately like a 5-minute walk from Masjid al-Nabawi, with the closest gate being 310. And Al-Miktan Hotel, this is located on the western side, over here, number 5. This is approximately a 5 to 6-minute walk from Masjid al-Nabawi, and the closest gate to that is gate number 7. And Elite Hotel, number 6, over here. This is situated closest to Umar ibn al-Khattab gate, and it's very close to Masjid Nabawi, only like 400 meters. The next hotel, the Concord Hotel, this is located closest to is close to Elite Hotel, and the gate that is closest to is gate 330. And the last one, Frontal Haritha Hotel. This is positioned close to the northwestern gates, particularly close to gate 16. All right. Now we'll go over the Medina shopping and food. So for your food, you'll have breakfast and dinner at your hotel. So you can eat breakfast there, and dinner will be provided over there. But lunch you can go to nearby places. One of the nearby places is Tayyiba Commercial Center. It's close to gate 18. Um, it's from Miss Al Balad is a 5 minute walk, from Frontal Harita a 7 minute walk, and from Concord Hotel a 10 minute walk. This also has a bunch of shops, and the food court is on the upper levels, with many. Some of them are Zaytun. It's a very good restaurant. I've been there myself many times. Um, and the next hotel is the next parts to shop are their shopping malls. So what will happen is that near the exits of the masjid there'll be a bunch of taxi people and buses, and they'll be saying like malls, 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 and you can go up to them and they'll give you a ride to the mall, specific mall, for free, and the mall will pay for it. Some of the malls are El Nur Mall and Al Rashid Mega Mall. These are like 10-15 minute drives, and they have a lot better prices in thobes and abayas and many different things, as compared to the shops in the near proximity of Masjid al-Nabwi. Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome, dear hujjaj. My name is Hafiz Salah Ahmed, and it is my blessing and my honor to be a part of your Hajj experience. Inshallah, I'll be going over the hotel overview and some of the transportation, as well as shopping and food areas. Let's begin with our hotel zones in Mecca. So as you see, right next to the Kaaba is zone A and B. This is where Pullman, Anjum, and Address is. And zone M, a little further away, 5 to 7 kilometers, in Azizia is Millennium, Ibis, Holiday Inn, Imar al-Nur, and Sama al-Difa. So I stayed last year in Azizia, and I know some of you guys are thinking this is a little bit far, but there is a lot of shopping areas over here. I think inshallah we'll work on a map and we'll have some stuff pinpointed for you. But right here by Imad al-Nur, there is, okay. So Pullman is right here, and Address is number 2, and Anjum is number 3. These are all located right here in this complex, the Makkah Tower complex area. So it's very, very close to the Kaaba. I will say this, keep in mind, during the Hajj time, it's going to be very, very, very crowded over here. So even when you're coming for Salah, especially if you're in this clock tower, there's people that are going to be praying in there. It'll be very, very crowded. And then over here in Azizia, these hotels are a little bit further away, but there generally is shuttle that are provided by the hotels until the 5th of Dhul Hijjah. But before that, it depends per the hotel. Generally, it's one like per an hour. Imad al-Nur was once per an hour. I think Holiday Inn was like twice per an hour. That's generally how it works. Also, during that time, there is several public transportations. The ones I mainly used was near Imad al-Nur. It's right here, right on the right side of Imad al-Nur. If you walk across and you go over like this road, there will be a yellow bus there, and that's like a straight road right down, and it'll take you right to the Kaaba, and that one is free. But during the Hajj time, everything is shut off. It's quite difficult to get there. Generally, you'll have to pay a taxi person like a couple hundred riyals, and they'll still drop you like 20 minutes away. And then getting back is also quite difficult. If you plan on walking there, I would not recommend doing during the day. I would say maybe do it at night, because from Azizia, it's over an hour walk. Also by Imar al-Nur, there is in this Azizia area, there is a lot of shopping centers. Right down the road from Imar al-Nur, there is a washing area where they can wash their clothes. There is a barber shop, and there's also a small convenience store. There's also a spot where you can get battery packs, stuff like that for your phone, as well as phone chargers. And then right next to Holiday Inn, which is number 9 over here, there's a bunch of restaurants. There's a juice spot, there's a Subway, there's Domino's, there's plenty of stuff over here. Al Baik as well. There's a bank also right across the street from Holiday Inn. And then down here by Millennium, right across from it is Bin Dawood. So this will be very close. And keep in mind, Jamrat is very close by. So when we're coming back from there, this will be all people in Azizia. It's a lot easier for you guys to get to your hotels. So over here, I'm just gonna discuss. This is like you get a better look of where everything is. Pullman Zamzam is right here. Address is down on the right side, and Anjum is all the way further to the right. So I'm just gonna discuss for what we would do for Umrah, where we would meet up. So generally, how it works for Umrah is, your guide or a Precious Path member, we will assign like a time that we can take as many people at once, and we go at a specific time and we'll meet somewhere. If you're not able to make it to that time, then we will provide the guidance, and inshallah, you guys will go through and perform the Umrah. And generally when we come in, where we'll enter is like it's in between this Dar al-Tawheed and the Makkah Hotel and Towers. We go in, we perform the Umrah, and we finish the Sa'i, and then we come back out and we will like pick a meeting spot so that way we don't get lost. Inshallah, the goal is we stay together, but it's very difficult sometimes to stay together when it's very crowded in there. So that's why we'll assign a meeting spot, and generally we'll be in this the clock tower area. Yeah, this is just a better look at points out where it is. 3rd and 4th floor in the Mecca, 4th and 5th floor in the clock tower. That's where all the restaurants are. 2nd and 3rd floor of Conrad Suites and Tower. Assalamu alaikum.
Jazakallah khair, Hafiz Mohsin and Hafiz Salah. So let me see if you have any questions on the topic that was discussed so far, the Makkah and the Medina. Please raise your hand and we will go ahead and open up the chat. You can. Are there any hands up? Let me just quickly look up here. Okay. Again, please limit the questions to only related to the topics that have been discussed so far, and then inshallah ta'ala we will take that on. Salman, you can unmute yourself.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Yes, I have a question about the transportation from for the Harman. So, do we have to buy the tickets for the train, or it will be provided? What is the logistic on that?
Okay. You want to answer that question? Hafiz Salah?
Yeah, she's talking about the train station.
Are you talking about the service from the Haramain, from Makkah to Medina,
yes.
Medina to Makkah?
Yes, for now, this is the question. Yes.
Okay, that is provided for. That is part of the package that is included in that one. If you plan on going additionally somewhere in the middle, which I would not recommend right now because of the short timing that you have, that you would have to pick it up. But moving the groups, that's included in the package.
Okay, and the passes will be provided there, or it will be provided to the group
Information
leader?
will be provided through the nusuk. As we get closer to the Hajj, the tickets will be provided. Even if the tickets are not provided in nusuk, it'll be available at the hotel, inshallah.
Okay, Jazakallah. Thank you.
Okay. Muhammad Islam.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
So my question is, I'm going to Medina first. My stopover at Riyadh. So my immigration will be where? In Medina airport?
Your immigration will be in Riyadh.
In Riyadh.
In Riyadh.
So you mentioned other day, like they will keep the passport for a few hours. So
Not
they will
in
keep the
Riyadh. I'm sorry. Let me clarify that one. Immigration does not keep your passport. Okay.
Okay.
It is the bus service when they're moving you. Okay. That's part of the Hajj process. They just keep it for a few hours for documenting that they are going to be doing. This is what they have done in the last few years. My hope every year is that they would have improved so that they don't need to keep it. Right.
Okay.
So
they will take the passport at the Medina, not at Riyadh, right?
That is correct. That is correct. They're not going to take it in Riyadh.
Okay.
Okay.
So Jazakallah khairan. That was my
Got it.
question.
Okay. Sana'ar. Again, if only I'm calling the hands up only if you have questions about the Medina, Makkah, and the arrivals at Jeddah airport. Other questions, please hold it. Brother Akram.
So, and the Medina hotels, one hotel that wasn't on there, that's our hotel, is Al Aqiq Hotel.
Oh,
You know
I
which
see.
side
Okay.
that is?
Al-Aqiq is very close to Frontal Haritha. It's right next to it.
Okay.
So if I want to go back to my presentation, Al-Aqiq is right in this neighborhood here, behind Tayyiba. Okay, it's right in this neighborhood. Okay.
Just in the back. Okay.
Yeah. So looking at this map here, this is a northern portion of Masjid al-Nabi and this is a southern portion of the Nabi. Okay. So this portion is generally because the sisters area is there. The hotels here are more convenient for the sisters area. Okay. But even from the southern side of it, it's not a big walk. Okay. It's not a fairly big walk. Plus, this sisters area actually gets extended here also. Okay, even this area, outdoor area, they block it up for the sisters area, and the same thing on this side also. So even if you're coming here, it's a short walk here. But definitely, this is most convenient for the sisters because this is the most active shopping and food court area is on this side here. Okay, although you can do the shopping elsewhere, but this is the most active one.
One more question regarding,
Yes.
so we arrive in Jeddah and then we're Medina first. So there will be guides that guide us to the train station and all the way to Medina.
There will be so the service provider team will be there to guide you, to take you to the train station. What time are you arriving in Jeddah?
It's like around 2 p.m.
Okay. The service providers team will be there to guide you to the train station, inshallah. ta'ala.
And how long is the train ride if it's a train ride to Medina?
It's about an hour, a little bit over an hour.
And that's attached to the airport, or is you exit and take a bus somewhere to the train station?
From the Jeddah airport, the train station is right inside the airport area. But when you get to Medina, of course, there will have to be a transportation from the train station to the hotel, and the service provider will take care of that.
Jazakallah khair.
Barakallah. Okay, let's see who else is next on the line for question. Omu's iPhone. Again, the question, as long as it's related to the topic we discussed. Okay, everything else hold off, please.
Yeah, it's right.
Omu,
Yeah,
go ahead, Omu.
Salam alaikum, brother.
Walaikum salam, brother.
Yeah, the question I have is when you get to the hotel in Medina and you stay there a few days before you go to Mecca, and if you have your luggage, are you allowed to leave your luggage in the hotel of Mecca before heading to Mina?
Yes. Yes. I mean, okay. When you go to Makkah, you will have a few days. We do not have any package where you go to Makkah hotel and immediately have to rush to Mina. We don't have that one. Okay. So the way it's going to work is you're going to go from Medina to Makkah. You're going to go to the hotel first, drop off the luggage, do the check-in, and then you go perform the Umrah and come back to the hotel. And then you prepare for going to the Hajj, whether it's in a day, 2, 3 days, whatever the period of time is. Okay.
Okay, and you will be allowed to leave your luggage in your room before.
Of course, yes.
heading
We
and
do.
you will be occupying the same room when you come back.
You will be in the same room unless you have a shifting package, which there are only 1 or 2 that are shifting packages. Okay. Other than that shifting packages, you will remain in that room throughout the time that you are in Makkah. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Then you will just take the things you need for the Hajj.
Okay. Abdullah Mariam. Abdullah Mariam. You have to unmute yourself. Okay, we'll go on to the next one. Motiar Rahman.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam, brother.
So we are landing at Jeddah on the 26th around 2 p.m. and from there
Okay.
we have to go to Medina. And I think you said that we'll get the ticket in Nusuk.
Right.
Did you mean Nusuk app or the Nusuk website account?
I only talk about Nusuk website. Nusuk app, I will be very specific with that one. That one is mostly your ID and for your Rauda, okay?
Oh,
And more for
okay.
information purposes. Everything else is through the Nusuk app itself, okay?
So
All
when
right.
we
Now,
expect the ticket?
now let me just clarify something else. The ride between Jeddah to Medina, it is not confirmed it's going to be by train. Okay, the service providers are working on that one. Okay, so they are looking into it. The last I had heard they were trying to work with Haramain train to make that possible. Okay, but that part is not confirmed if it's train or bus. Okay, I just want to clarify that one. But the transportation from Jeddah to Medina is definitely covered by service provider. They take care of you. Okay. The agents will be there. The service providers team will be all over the airport to guide you through that one, inshallah ta'ala. Okay?
Okay,
Barakallah. Okay. Abdullah Mariam, are you ready to ask the question? Okay, let's move on. Yazdani?
Yes, I am ready. I'm sorry.
Okay. Go ahead, sister.
Assalamualaikum. I was just wondering when we reach we're reaching Makkah first. So when we reach to the airport, from airport to hotel, is there anybody to pick up us or what's
Oh, yes. I mean, let me make a general statement, okay? The entire transportation from airport to your hotels and from your hotel back to airport and between Makkah, Medina, Medina, Makkah is taken care of by the service provider. Okay, let me make that a general statement. Don't even worry about that part. Okay, taking you from the hotel to the Mina camp, whether it is Al Muassam or Al Kabsh, is service providers. Okay, bringing you back from Mina back to your hotel on the 12th and 13th of Dhul Hijjah is a service provider's job. Where the transportation is not included or arranged as a group is the one for Tawaf al-Ifada. That's the only one. Okay. Everything else transportation is arranged for. So please just relax. Don't worry about that part. Okay. Whether it's by train or by bus, it is arranged for. Okay.
Yeah.
Did I answer your question?
Yes, but the thing is, like you said, service provider will be there. But who we are exactly looking for? Is there a name or maybe a number of the bus or maybe taxi drivers?
No. You're looking for which group are you with? Rawaf or Jamil?
Rawaf.
Okay, you'll be looking for the people who are dressed in the Rawaf uniform, which we will share with you, and they'll be very clear. I mean, for example, if you come out of that arrivals area in the Jeddah airport, and if you say, I am with Rawaf, I am with Jamil, there will be members that they'll say, oh yes, come on. And they will take care of you from there on. You're not looking for a bus number. You're definitely not looking for taxi drivers. Okay. They will take you, they will guide you, they will take care of your luggage, they'll put it either in the bus or the transporter, depending on the size of the luggage you have.
Thank you, Jazakallah khair.
Barakallah. Okay. Yazdani?
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam, brother.
I have one question. So we are leaving from New York airport. So we don't have to wait for anyone at the JFK, right?
You don't.
Okay.
You don't. Okay.
Okay, sure.
All right. Next one, please.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Yeah, I just want to continue with the question.
I'm sorry. Is this Abhal? I wanna go in order. I'm sorry. I apologize. Abhal?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, brother.
So I have the two questions. One is, so we are going Makkah to, New York to Riyadh first, and then from Riyadh to Jeddah.
Okay.
So we need to do ihram, I think cloth and wearing those things on the Riyadh, right?
I think what we discussed last time was, I believe Riyadh is 2 hours time, right?
Yeah,
The
two and
little
something, yes.
2.5 hours, okay? If you're comfortable that you can quickly do it in 2.5 hours, do it, okay? The consideration that you might want to give is to put the ihram on in New York itself, because the 2 hours sometimes can be very short, okay? Because you have to come out of the immigration, you have to take your luggage, go to the domestic, because it's a domestic flight between Riyadh and Jeddah, okay? So you might consider changing into ihram, okay? And if you're uncomfortable wearing the towel on the top, wear a kurta on top, okay? But so then you can quickly put the towel on. That's all you will have to do. Perform the 2 rakat nafil salah in JFK itself, or you can do it in Riyadh, okay? But changing into ihram takes a little bit of time, especially if you're not used to doing it, okay?
Right.
So that's the reason the recommendation in that case is to do it at the airport where you have a lot more time. Okay, that's a recommendation. That's a recommendation. But technically, you need to change in ihram in Riyadh.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Okay.
Yes. Got it.
Technically, you can do it in Riyadh. I'm just concerned about the 2 hour time, layover time that you have in Riyadh. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. And another question is, so from Makkah to Medina, I see the Rawaf give us a dashboard. So on the dashboard, all are showing by bus. So you said, I think you mentioned that they're working on that one by train.
I'm sorry, I missed that first part. Which section are you talking about?
About from Makkah to Medina by train or bus.
No,
So,
Makkah Medina is by train. I was referring to Jeddah to Medina.
Okay. No,
Okay.
so train, but I see the Rawaf give us a dashboard. The dashboard showing by bus.
That's correct. But it is confirmed that both Rawaf and Jamil both are using the train between Makkah and Medina, between the two cities. Okay. Jeddah to Medina is something that they're still working on.
Oh, okay. Jazakallah, brother. Yeah.
Barakallah. Okay. Brother Hariman.
Assalamu alaikum. So we are arriving in Medina, and I understand there is going to be a transportation from the airport to the hotel. Now, is there going to be transportation from the hotel to the train station, and what do we do with the luggages?
You mean on the way back to Makkah you're referring to, right?
From Medina to Mecca, yes.
From Medina to Makkah, yes. From Medina to Makkah, the plan is basically you are going to put the luggage in a transporter, okay? We'll work out these details, but most probably what's going to happen is you'll have to bring the luggage down to the hotel lobby, and there will be a transporter there. Either you will have to go and put it in the transporter, or there will be people there who will carry it to the transporter. Transporter is nothing but a truck. Okay, so they are going to put your luggage in the transporter, and then there will be a bus will take you to the train station. Okay, and then the transporter will take your luggage to the hotel and drop it off there.
And so I assume they would have the information to know which.
They will have the information, of course.
And then from when we arrive at the train station in Mecca, there
will be a bus again.
Okay, to the hotel.
Correct.
Okay, Jazakallah khair.
Barakallah. Okay, and again, Brother Hariwan, and I want to remind everybody here on that part. Okay, be patient. The bus may not arrive as soon as your train arrives.
Sure.
You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah. Develop the patience now. I'm emphasizing this again and again simply because we all are human beings, right? We tend to get upset. We are used to a certain way of life. But be patient because there are lots of logistical issues that go on there, okay? The road system, the traffic, and lots of things go on. Be patient, be patient. Don't expect things to happen exactly as we think it should happen, okay? Because there are 3-4 million people from different countries, different backgrounds, different income criteria, different aspects, right? Really. All converging in there at one time. So learn to be patient. Develop that patience right now. Okay. Brother Hariman, do you have more question?
No, that's it. Jazakallah khairan.
Okay. Salman, do you still have a question? I thought you had a question before.
Yeah, sorry, I have another
Yes,
question
sister.
too.
Go ahead, sister. Go ahead, sister.
Yeah, so I'm actually taking my mom too, and she's elderly, and she will be needing wheelchair. I was thinking, if I just purchase the wheelchair over there, would that be? What do you think? Is it a good idea? Can we purchase like right from the maybe airport? We will be arriving at Medina first.
Okay. You are accompanying her, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you're talking about getting a wheelchair so that you can push her in that, correct? I just want to make
Yes,
sure
correct.
about it. Okay.
Correct. Yes.
You don't get the wheelchair at the airport, okay? All
Okay.
right. But you will get have you requested wheelchair? No.
Yes, I have.
You will get wheelchairs in several places in Makkah and Medina. Okay. And in fact, I want to take this opportunity. Okay. If you want to do a sadaqah outside of the
Yes.
required sadaqah, $10, $15, one of the
Mhm.
best way to do the sadaqah is buy wheelchair, which you get it for like $100 to $150 and donate
Yep.
it, especially Makkah. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm just using this opportunity, sister. Okay. But
Sure.
you will get wheelchair all over the place. That's not an issue. Okay. Now,
So that wheelchair I can keep. I'm sorry.
one thing I want to point out to you. Okay.
Mhm.
You can buy the wheelchair, you can keep the wheelchair. That's one option. There are wheelchair rental areas where free rental, you can go look for it, but sometimes it's very difficult to find it because there's a long queue, long waiting list there basically, right? But you can buy it and you can keep it. But when you keep it, bear in mind, if you leave the wheelchair somewhere, people will assume it's to be taken and they'll take it away. Okay. I want you to keep that in mind. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So I will just, when we leave for, when we are exiting out after Makkah to Jeddah, I'll just donate it. Is that what you recommend?
That's what I would recommend. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
I mean, wheelchairs are in great need, sister, in the Makkah. I mean, Medina is generally not an issue, but Makkah wheelchairs are in great need, basically. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Brother Kareem. Yes, Brother Kareem. You have to unmute yourself. Okay, Brother Kareem, I want to make sure I get. Okay. iPhone. iPhone, you have to unmute yourself. Usman Muhammad.
Brother, can you hear me?
Go ahead. Yes, I can hear you.
Jazakallah for hosting this. Quickly, somewhere along the lines, I heard like logistics between Makkah and Medina will be through train. Will it is the same case, vice versa?
Yes. Whether it is coming from the transportation between the cities, which is part of the package, is by train. Okay. Whether you're going from Makkah to Medina or Medina to Makkah.
Sounds good. Jazakallah.
Barakallah. Let's see, who do we have next? There was iPhone. Is the iPhone? Do you still have a question? Artlin Karim. Karim.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. So I just need confirmation if I understood this correctly. Okay. So I am in Rawak 510 package, and we will arrive in Medina first, right? And then after a couple of days by train, we're coming to Makkah, to our hotel. We leave our belongings there, and then after a couple of days, we take only a subset of our belonging, right? What we need for Mina.
They're not.
We leave the majority of our belongings on the Makkah hotel, right?
That's correct.
And then once we finish all the, the things that we need to do in Mina, Muzdalifah, and Umrah, then we come back to our hotel in Makkah, right? After we do the tawaf and everything, right?
That's right.
Arranging for our comeback once we are done. All this transportation will be taken care by Rawaf, right? Until we go, we take our flight back home.
That is correct.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. It was was just a confirmation. Like, thank you very
That's
much.
fine. That's fine. No, I'm glad. I'm glad. I mean, I want you all to go prepared there with all the information without any doubts or gaps so that you're prepared there. Again, my only humble request, I'll keep repeating, is be patient with all the arrangements, because as much as everything is confirmed and done, things could get delayed. Things can go a little bit crazy. Just be patient. That's all. Okay. All right.
Yes. This I can confirm myself. I went to Umrah I was working in Saudi Arabia for a long time. This I can confirm. I just want to tell my brothers and sisters here, expect the worst in terms of waiting for the bus or the train and everything. But inshallah, it will be much better.
Inshallah. As long as you learn to be patient, as long as you understand all those things that Haji's frame of mind that I keep talking about, inshallah, you will come back pleased. Okay. Even otherwise, I'll tell you, even if you do get frustrated, lose the patience, you'll still come back, inshallah, feeling that you have achieved something, inshallah. But I want you to come back with a good feeling, saying that I was patient there. That's what I'm requesting for. Okay. Sana, do you have a question?
Assalamu alaikum. Sorry, this might be a question related for a little bit later, but I think it's still related to transportation. I just wanted to confirm for Umrahs, if we're doing like extra Umrahs, like when we're in Makkah outside of the Hajj days, do we have to go to like Masjid al-Aisha or to
Yes.
Nisat? Okay, and then is there easy transportation? I don't know how far that is. Is there easy transportation between that? And if we're going as a group, do we go there and then come back? Like, how does that process work? If this is a question for later, I can wait.
Sure. No, I can answer that question. There are transportations available, okay, but you don't necessarily do that as a group.
Okay.
You can form your own small group and go there. There are taxis that will take you there. There are buses also that will take you there. It's not too far. I don't know exactly. I don't have that distance handy with me, but it's not too far.
Is it walkable?
No, it's not walkable.
Okay.
It's not walkable. It's much further than that. Okay.
Okay.
But the transportation is available.
Okay.
It's 20 minutes with taxi.
Okay. Jazakallah.
Thank you, brother. Okay. iPhone, are you ready to ask the question? Okay, Amanullah, do you have the question?
Assalamu alaikum. Hello. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
I have a question. I don't know, you probably went over it or not. Just want to double confirm with you. So I'm gonna land in Jeddah on the 1st, right? So now from there, I'm going straight to Makkah. So the bus is gonna take me directly to my hotel, right?
That's correct.
Okay. So then the thing is though, also, so do we go with Rawaf? But there's gonna be people waiting there telling us like, oh, come with us, or there's gonna be buses for everyone the same?
No. Again, your service provider will take care of you there. Rawaf will be there. Rawaf will take you there. Okay. I mean, the way the transportation works from the airport to the hotel, it is actually arranged by Ministry of Hajj, but coordinated by each service provider. Okay. So it is the Ministry of Hajj that arranges the bus, but it could be contracted by the service provider, etc. Okay. So the bus may not say Rawaf or Abdul Latif Jamil, but those are the buses the service provider team member will take you and say, go come and sit in this bus. You are not going to pick it. Okay.
Oh, okay, no problem. And then we're gonna go straight to our hotel, and then from there we're gonna go to Umrah, right?
Right, that's correct.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, let's see who else is Brother Iftikhar.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum
I have a question regarding the 12th of activities inside 12th of Dhul Hijjah. Is it the right time, or there will be another section for that?
Hold off on that until a little bit later. I just want to talk about the logistics of Medina, Makkah, and arrival right now. Okay.
Okay. On that case, yeah, I will ask later. Yeah.
All right. Okay. If there are no other questions, I just want to go on with the rest of the presentations, and then we'll come back to this, inshallah. Are there any questions related to what Hafiz Mohsin and Hafiz Salah presented. Okay, no, let's move forward.
One quick question, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Maybe I joined a little late. I might have, skipped that question. But here, all the ticketing process, say we are being transported via the train, how does the ticketing process work? Like when we check in the hotel, they give upfront all the tickets we need, or how does that process work?
The tickets for the Haramain train is to be available in your Nusuk account, Nusuk website account. Okay. If it doesn't get available there, when you get to the hotel, it will be provided also for you.
उन्होंने उसका क्या कहा कि एयरपोर्ट से होटल का
Okay. All right.
So a follow-up question. How quickly can I see those tickets in Nusuk? I should be seeing by now, or will they be
No.
issued?
You're not going to see it right now because right now they are working through the flight tickets. They are working through the other logistical things. Okay. The airline, the train ticket is probably going to become available either maybe a week before your travel journey. And even if they don't do it, don't get worried about it. Okay. When you get to the hotel in Medina, you will get it. Okay. Or if you're going to Makkah first, before you go to Medina, you will get those tickets, inshallah. This is not something that you really need to get greatly concerned right now.
No, actually what confuses me is they overall charging me transportation fees close to like $75 overall. I mean, end to end. The ticket itself is costing close to $100+, right? Like one way. So I'm really like confused.
The charges that you paid is the Ministry of Hajj and Umrah's charges, basically. Okay, and those are the charges for the transportation between Jeddah airport to the hotel, basically. Okay, this is not for the Haramain train between Makkah and Medina. That one is arranged by the service provider.
Okay, sounds
okay.
Good.
I see lots of hands raised, but I want to make sure this is related to the discussion we had. If anybody has a question about the logistics of Makkah, Medina, or the arrival, please go ahead and unmute yourself.
Assalamu alaikum. Quick question on the ziyarat for
Let that
Medina.
go first. Because I have
Yes, but the ziyarah for in Medina will be arranged by the service provider. They'll pick you up from the hotel and take you to the ziyarah location and bring you back. Okay, and the guide will be there with you, either with you on that bus, or we'll make sure those arrangements are there, inshallah. Okay. Anything else? So the Makkah, Medina, the Hafiz, Mohsin, and Salah, they covered the shopping area, the food part, the Rauda, how to get to the Umrah. I think they also talked about the laundry service. One of the things about the laundry service is the hotels, the staff at the hotel, okay?
Yeah.
They generally can also arrange it for you. You can talk to them, they can arrange it for you. They will take it, and generally within 24 hours, they'll bring it back, okay? And it's fairly cheap. It's not expensive. Okay, all right. Let's move forward. The next thing I want to cover. Are you able to see the screen? There was some question about the screen being visible. Can somebody put in the chat if you're able to see the screen?
Yes, I
can. You're able to see screen, yes.
Okay. All right. Let me move forward. Okay. So I want to kind of, there's been lots of discussions about this on the days of Mashayikh. So I want to quickly go through this again. Okay. Because remember, this is the key part of your Hajj. This is where you need to make sure you understand it clearly, thoroughly. What are the different steps? Where do they fall in, etc. Okay. Before the 8th of Dhul Hijjah, you're going to do the Umrah. I saw a question about Hajj Kiran, etc. That's a question for the Mufti. I'm going to get the response back to you on that one. I do not want to answer that question in this call here. I know that question came up to me earlier also. The Mufti went over the different types of the Hajj. But if you still have the question, you can put it in the question in the Q&A page, you can do that, or you can leave it in one of my chat boxes. Inshallah ta'ala, I can get more clear responses. But most of the people that are going to perform Hajj through our system will be doing Hajj Tamatu. Okay, Hajj Tamatu is where you come in, you do the Umrah, you complete the steps of the Umrah, which is basically you get into Ihram, you do the Tawaf, you do the Sa'i, you do the Halqa Taqsir, or you come out of the Ihram and you wait for the 8th of Dhul Hijjah. Okay, so that is the Hajj Tamatu that most of the people in our group will be doing. If you want to do something different than that one, of course, you can, that's your choice, you can do it, okay? But this is what most, Hajj Tamatu is what mostly we are planned for, okay? But that does not mean you cannot do the Hajj Kiran if you want to do that, okay? So now, before the 8th of Dhul Hijjah, you need to do the Umrah, which is part of the Hajj, and that one involves getting into Ihram. Again, we discussed where, how, etc. about Ihram. And then once you come into Makkah, you do the intention at Miqat. When Miqat is announced, whether you're coming by airplane, whether you're coming by train, or if for some reason, if you're coming by the bus, when you stop at Miqat. If you're coming by train or plane, it'll be announced that you are at Miqat. That's when you make the intention. You have to don your ihram before, you have to make the wudu, you have to do 2 rakat nafil salah beforehand. But when you cross the Miqat, that's when you make the intention. Okay? So you come to Makkah, you do the tawaf, you do the sa'i, you do the halqa taqsir, which is either shave the head or trim the hair. Okay, so again, as the Mufti said, it is preferable to do the shaving because that is what the sunnah is and you want to gain the most, but you're allowed to trim the hair also. Okay, so once you complete this one, you come out of ihram and you wait for the 8th of Dhul Hijjah. On the 8th of Dhul Hijjah, you get back into ihram. Okay, again, see, I'm not talking about tawaf, sa'i or anything here. You just get back into ihram and then you go to Mina, you stay in Mina until the Fajr of 9th of Dhul Hijjah. The survey that came from Rawaf, or I so far have not seen anything coming in from Jamil, but our group is going to stay in Mina until the Fajr of 9th of Dhul Hijjah. Okay, that is the best practice. That is the recommended practice. The Mufti went over this last time. I do not want to get into Sunnah, Wajib, etc. Okay, so.
Yeah, we're supposed to. She was supposed to get two, no? Lemonade and
can you please mute yourself? Somebody's. Okay.
Yeah, lemonade and grape.
Let me just give me a minute, please. Okay. All right. I'll give you my simple view of this thing. Okay. We keep talking about Sunnah, Wajib, etc. But you know what? You are there. You're performing a Hajj. Do everything possible. Do everything possible, because even a small sunnah that you can perform there is a major effort. Remember that. The reward is also immense. So do not sign something of saying that it's only sunnah. Let me not worry about it. It's a sunnah. It's a sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. The person who used to cry all night long for us, and we don't want to do his sunnah while performing Hajj. I'm sorry, that makes me sad. Okay, so do not get into this discussion about sunnah, wajib, faraz. Yes, violating any of those, there are different penalties. I get that part. But from a practice perspective, try to get as much as possible. Try to get as much as possible. Go above and beyond what is required, what is necessary. Okay, from an ibadah perspective. I'm not asking you to add into it, but I'm asking you to, someone says it's a sunnah, someone says it's this thing, go for it. Go for it. Gain every gem that you can possibly get from it. So on the 9th of Dhul Hijjah, we are going to spend after Fajr Salah, we are going to travel to Arafat. We are going to spend the day in Arafat and perform Dhuhr and Asr. After sunset, we are going to leave Arafat. However late it is, we're not going to perform our Maghrib Salah here, okay? We are going to leave Arafat no matter how late it gets. We are going to leave Arafat without performing Maghrib in Arafat. Once we get into Muzdalifah, we are going to spend the night in Muzdalifah. We are going to perform Maghrib and Isha. And then we are going to perform Fajr Salah on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah. after we perform Fajr in Muzdalifah. And again, if questions are come, can we live in the middle of the night, etc., etc. Mufti spoke about this one. Mufti Ahmed spoke about this one. It is sunnah. It is required to stay until the Fajr, okay, of the 10th of Dhul Hijjah and Muzdalifah, unless there is a medical reason. Unless there is a medical reason, okay? This is what the Mufti has said. This is what we follow, inshallah. So we are going to stay in Muzdalifah until Fajr time. After performing Fajr, when the sunrise starts coming, we are going to leave Muzdalifah, whether we walk or we take the bus. We're going to go back to Mina. We're going to leave our belongings in Mina, go and perform the Rami of Jamratul Aqaba, which is the big Jamara. And then after we do the Rami of the Jamratul Aqaba, we can either come back to the camp or go to the hotel. The group guidance will come back to the Mina camp. If someone wants to go to the hotel, you're more than welcome to do it, but you have to do this in a careful manner, because you will be coming back individually back to the camp. So that means you have to know your way. You have to take that risk. It's a risk that is you can do it, provided you do it in a group, possibly. Okay, so once you complete the Rami of Jamratul Aqaba, the Qurbani, the Hadi, the Qurbani, which is the Hadi is referred to the Qurbani, which is performed as part of the Hajj. We are going to start, if you have requested through us, if you signed up with us, we're going to start around 10 a.m. Inshallah ta'ala, by 11:30, everybody's obligation of the Hadi will be completed. You will receive a message on the WhatsApp by name, by group of people with the name that the Qurban is done. So once this is done, then you're going to do the Halqa Taqsir, and then you come out of Ihram. Okay, so you're done with Ihram on the 10th. Once you do this, you don't need to don the Ihram again unless you wish to do Umrah after completing all the rituals. So like after the 13th or so, if you want to do one more Umrah, then you put the Ihram on. Otherwise, you're done with the Ihram here, okay? So after this one, either on the 10th, 11th, or 12th, you do the Tawaf and Sa'i, okay? The Mufti went through this one a little bit, and I want to make sure we make it clear, okay? Tawaful Ifada requires Tawaf and Sa'i both together. Unless before the 8th of Dhul Hijjah, you performed an additional Tawaf and Sa'i, okay? Besides this Umrah part, you just decided after completing the Umrah, instead of coming out of Ihram, you decided to do one more Tawaf and Sa'i, then Tawaful Ifada does not require Sa'i, okay? Otherwise, Tawaful Ifada, which is also called Tawaful Ziyarah, will require Tawaf and Sa'i. We as a group, we are going to just look at it as we need to do Tawaf and Sa'i. Okay, so this can be done on the 10th, 11th, or 12th. Some people prefer to go after they complete the Hadi, the Rami. They want to go straight to the Haram and do it. Now, you will be doing this individually. We do not recommend that, simply because the transportation to and from the Haram on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah is generally very challenging. One, it can become expensive. Secondly, it can become risky from a health perspective. The weather condition as of today, because I got a message from Saudi Arabia, it is 114 degrees. 114 degrees, and we are still in May. In June, expect it to go to 120 to 130 degrees. So be prepared, be ready, avoid taking chances. Try to stay with groups. Try to take the guidance from your guide or in the service provider. Do not go above and beyond that one outside of those areas. So our plan is to do the Tawaf Ziyarah on the 11th of Dhul Hijjah after the Fajr Salah, not as a whole group. Okay, the reason we cannot do it as one whole group is because the shuttle services are there. We cannot take over the whole shuttle. So our plan, I think, our plan, inshallah, is to divide our group into smaller groups so that smaller group can get into the shuttles and go to the Haram and come back safely, inshallah. But that group has to remain together, and we will work on these details, inshallah ta'ala. So on the 11th of Dhul Hijjah, besides Tawaf and Sa'i, you do the Rami of all the Jamarats, but you do it after Zawal, okay? And then you basically rest up in Mina. On the 12th of Dhul Hijjah, again, you do the Rami of all Jamarat after Zawal. You need to leave Mina before sunset, unless you plan to stay there for the 13th of Dhul Hijjah. As a group, we are going to leave on the 12th of Dhul Hijjah. If somebody wants to do it, they're welcome to do it. The facilities will be there. The service providers will be there. They generally do make transportation available, but the guide and the group needs to leave on the 12th of Dhul Hijjah. That is the plan. That is how, because this is where the required steps finish. The 13th of Dhul Hijjah is optional. It is something that people want to decide to do it. Alhamdulillah, may Allah reward you for that one, but that you're doing more on your own, basically. I just want to make clear. Now, Rami of the Jamarat after Zawal, this gets a little bit tricky because most of the transportation from Mina is in the morning, okay? We will work with you guys. We will figure something out, inshallah ta'ala. We'll make something happen, inshallah. Now, after you come back, whether it is on the 13th or 14th, whatever you're leaving, before you leave Makkah, okay, at any point in time after the Hajj, you do Tawaful Wida, okay? In this case, only Tawaf is required, okay? So, Sa'i is required as part of the Umrah and as part of the Tawaful Ifada, okay? These are the two times the Sa'i is required. In this case, Tawaful Wida is only the Tawaf is required. We have put together a document where one of the sister in the last few Hajj, she had put this together, and we have this available. It's a set of du'as, different du'as for the Umrah, etc. There is no prescribed du'a for the Umrah or prescribed du'a during the Hajj. You should just keep doing takbir and any du'a you feel like. This is the time between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Remember that. This is the time between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whatever dua you feel like making, this is the time for you to make. But just as a guide, there is a set of duas that have been put together. You can go ahead and review it, and you can download this also, inshallah ta'ala. We have gone through this before, so just want to give an understanding because some questions did come up. From Haram, this is the Jamarat, the Mina, Muzdalifah, Mina to Arafat, Arafat to Muzdalifah, Muzdalifah to the Mina camp, and then to the Jamarat. There were some questions coming up that the Jamarat comes first, then Mina comes. No, that's not the way. This is the way it is. The Jamarat, Mina, Muzdalifah, Arafat. So we are going to go to Arafat. We are going to come back to Muzdalifah. Muzdalifah, we spend the night, and then we go to the Mina camp here. And from the Mina camp, you go to the Jamarat, or you can walk from Muzdalifah straight to Jamarat. You're not required to come to Mina, but as a group, that is the plan. From Muzdalifah, we go to the Mina camp. From the Mina camp, we go to Jamarat and come back, inshallah. All right, now I'm going to open it up for questions. Please raise your hands so that we can go through this in the proper format. Yeah. Give me a minute. Okay. Go ahead and raise your hand. I'm just trying to get this thing together so that we can. Okay, you can unmute yourself, but first raise your hand if you have questions. I don't know who is new from earlier. If you don't have questions.
Assalamu alaikum, brother Farid. I'm just going to start. I don't think we have. Yeah, I don't think we have access to the dua documents. It just asks. Yeah.
Okay, let me give me a little bit of time after the meeting. I'll look at it and I'll fix it, inshallah. Okay, next question. Brother Wasim generally handles this and he does a marvelous job. He's not in today, he's traveling. So who is the next one? Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Brother Farid, this is Mohammed Islam.
Yes, brother.
Assalamu alaikum again. I just wanted to share one information. It helped me. I see like some people, they don't have the electronic ticket. Even I didn't have my electronic ticket until now. I don't have it on my Nusuk. So what I did is I called Saudi Airlines and I gave the flight number and my name. And they actually gave you the booking number, the PNN number. And once you go to the Saudi Airlines website, plug in your last name and the PNN number, that actually gives you the electronic ticket number, even though it's not available in Nusuk, in case somebody wants to do that.
Jazakallah khair, brother. Okay. Next question.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam, sister.
Yeah, Afan. Brother, I have a question. When we go to the train, usually by the number when they're sitting down, right?
Sister, I apologize. I cannot hear you clearly. Can you speak a little bit louder, please?
Did you hear me now?
Go ahead and I'll try to listen. Go ahead.
Yeah. When you go to use the train, usually the seat is by number, correct?
I'm sorry, I didn't get that. You said something by number. When you go
Yeah, the train. When you go by the train between from Medina to Makkah, it usually use the number. When you're sitting down, you use the number, correct?
That's right. That's right. The ticket will tell you what number of the train that you're going by, and there will be the service provider's team that will guide you. It's not that you are handed a ticket and you have to go look for the train. Okay, there will be people that will be guiding you and taking you to the train, inshallah.
Yeah, because when I umrah is can little bit challenge, and what else is Hajj. So that's concern also.
Right. When you went for Umrah, you went on your own, right? So that's a different situation, basically. In this case, you're going to go with the group, with the service provider, and the service provider's team and the guide will be guiding you through that, inshallah ta'ala. Okay? Ghaira Jallo, you can unmute yourself and ask the question.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Walaikum salam, brother.
Okay, I just want to ask a quick question about if we leave to JFK to when we get to Makkah or Jeddah, I'm sorry. So we're going straight to Medina. So, and when we get to Medina, for the Umrah, we're gonna start from the hotel over there to take the attention, or we have to come back to Makkah. This confused me a little bit over there about.
Okay. All right, let me go through that basically. When you're coming into Jeddah, and if your first stop is Medina,
yes,
you're going to go to Medina.
Yes.
Okay. And before leaving from Medina to Makkah,
yes,
you're going to change into Ihram in Medina Hotel.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you're not going to make the intention.
Okay.
Remember, Ihram is basically you change into Ihram, you make wudu, you do 2 rakat nafil salah, and then there is a niyyah, right?
Yeah.
So
niyyah.
that niyyah, you don't do the niyyah until you cross the miqat.
Okay.
Okay. Everything else you do before.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay. The next question in case for Sopi. So is after the Hajj we're gonna do Sopi, or what time that one gonna be delivered?
Your question. What was your question, Sophie?
About shopping.
Oh, shopping. Well, shopping you can do anytime, brother.
Yeah.
It's up to you, depending on when you have the time, okay?
Okay,
So,
yeah.
for example, okay, on the shopping, I want to mention something. It is considered sunnah. It is considered sunnah to do some level of shopping in Medina because the Prophet ﷺ had made the dua for the prosperity of the people of Medina. Not just for the people of Medina at the time. He had made the dua, subhanAllah, there's a beautiful incident that the Prophet ﷺ made this dua for the people of Medina and their generations and generations and generations. You know, one of these days, maybe we'll talk about it. But
Yes.
It brings tears to us when we talk about that incident. But at that incident, the Prophet ﷺ made a beautiful dua for the people of Medina. So as part of that, we should try to do some shopping in Medina. Okay?
Yes, yes. That's
All right.
why. Okay, thank you very much for the information.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, brother.
Okay.
These two questions I will have. Thank you so much.
Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khair.
Assalamu alaikum.
Brother Adnan?
Yes,
Adnan Farooqi?
yes. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum salam wa
Jazakallah khair for everything. I wanted to know one question. Maybe it has been answered already. For the niyyah, for the haram, I know we're doing Hajj Tamattu for the majority of us, inshallah. For the niyyah, for the first Umrah, do we make the niyyah for the Umrah or Hajj at that point?
Make the Umrah for Hajj Tamatu and to perform the Umrah.
Okay, both. So make both the niyyahs.
Right.
Okay, inshallah. Okay, Jazakallah khair.
Barakallah. Brother Iftikhar Islam?
Yeah, assalamu alaikum. I have the question about the 12th of Dhul Hijjah, because at that day we have to do Rami, Halak, the Hadi, and sorry. At the 12th of Dhul Hijjah, we have to perform the Rami on Rami on all the three pillars. Then we have to go to Medina because our checkout date is that time. So when are we also going to do the Tawaf al-Bida?
You're going to do Tawaf the Wida as soon as you come back to your hotel. You're going to go and perform Tawaf Wida. So your ticket, you are leaving on the 12th of Dhul Hijjah or on the 10th of June?
9th of June. 9th of June.
Okay. So you will have to do this a little bit quickly, brother. Okay. So we will discuss this inshallah ta'ala a little later, inshallah, how we are going to make that happen.
Okay, inshallah.
Okay. All right, Noor Ahmed. Ahmed. Okay. Let's move to the next one. Mirza.
Hello. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Alaikum assalam, sister.
I have one question. Our flight is from JFK to Dubai, Dubai to Jeddah. So first we will be going to Makkah, right? So where we will wear our ihram?
It depends on how much the layover you have in Dubai. Okay. If you have more than 2 hours in Dubai, then you can do the ihram easily in Dubai. Okay. If it is a short layover, like just 2 hours or 2.5 hours, our recommendation is to change into ihram, okay, in JFK, in your whichever gateway is a little bit comfortable, okay, and then you can do your 2 rakat nafil salah in Dubai or Riyadh, for example, right? Because especially for men, okay, for women it's much easier. For men, tying the ihram is very difficult if you're not used to it. It takes a little bit of practice, okay? So that's where my concern is. If you have a short layover, by the time you take your luggage, Dubai, you don't do the luggage, but Riyadh, you do the luggage, right? You would come out of immigration, take your luggage and change into the domestic flight. So if you have enough time, do the ihram in Dubai. But if you have a short period of time, do the ihram before and just do the 2 rakat nafil salah, make wudu, etc., and wait for the miqat to make your intention.
Okay.
Barakallah. Sabir Ahmed.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Brother, question is actually we are doing the ihram before going to the plane, and we'll do the niyyah before 20 minutes of the landing. But between this time, before doing the niyyah, can we are we in the state of the ihram? Can we do other things?
You're not in the state of ihram until you do the niyyah.
Okay, so I can wear a jacket or something like that at the time. It's okay.
Yeah. Remember, one of the recommendations we made was if it's a long flight and you're not comfortable with covering yourself just with the towel on the top, change into ihram on the lower part and wear a kurta. okay?
Okay.
And then somewhere in Dubai or Riyadh, change back out of it and put that ihram cloth on the top, okay? And then you do your 2 rakat nafil salah and get ready for the miqat.
Yeah, because we have a direct flight, so I don't think we can do that. I just have to do that before. So it's from
Sure.
Germany, so I think it should be good.
Yeah. Yes.
Second question is actually after the Umrah and before the Hajj. So we have, I think, 3-4 days for our case. In that case, not 3-4 days, 7-8 days. In that time, we are allowed to do anything like cutting my hair or or cutting my nails, this kind of thing.
Yeah, once you're out of ihram, you can do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay then. Okay, Jazakallah.
All right. I'm not sure if Brother Moti Rahman, if you have your hand raised or from this is the before.
No, actually, Assalamu alaikum. I have another question, but that's about e-wallet. It's a little bit off topic from what you are discussing right now. Can I go ahead and ask it? Or
Go ahead and ask it. Go ahead and ask it, please. Yeah.
yeah, basically, I delayed the withdrawal from the e-wallet for all this time, and just yesterday I requested the withdrawal for the remaining amount from the e-wallet. And I think previously you have discussed there is some difference between the withdrawal and the refund request. So I made sure that from the dashboard I went to the view e-wallet and then request withdrawal, all those kind of things. But apparently at the very end, it started talking about refund. So is that a problem? Like refund will take this many days or will do this kind of calculation?
I think that refund is basically they're saying refunding the money, not refunding your package. Because at this point in time, they cannot refund your package. You know what I'm saying? They cannot cancel your package at this point in time.
Okay, Jazakallah.
Okay, any other questions while I quickly look through the chat for questions? If anybody has any this thing, please ask the question. I see a question about flavors for the toothpaste. Yes, it cannot have flavors. We have given specifically the toothpaste without the flavor in our supplies list. Please take a look at it. Please avoid this thing, okay? Can you go through the steps for Safa and Marwa? Safa and Marwa is basically, it's 7 rounds going through Safa and Marwa. Let me see if I have a picture that I can quickly share of Safa and Marwa here. Let me do the sharing. Give me a minute quickly. I'll do this. Okay, so this is basically Safa and Marwa. Okay, the way it works is you do 7 rounds. The way you it is not 7 rounds. Okay, it is from here to there. It's actually, if you want to look at it this way, it's a 3.5 rounds. Okay, the way it's counted, 1 round. This is 2 step, 3 step, 4 step, 5 step, 6 step, and then when you come back to the 7th year, you complete your Safa Marwa, this thing. Okay, so this is basically, it's a fairly straightforward thing. Between these 2 columns, green light, which is shown by green light, you're supposed to do a brisk walk. Okay, between these 2 green signs. This is pretty much it. There are some duas that you can do on either side. It is there in the book of dua. We can discuss that later. This is all there is of Safa and Marwa, basically. Okay. Let me quickly look through the questions so that okay, if anybody has a question, go ahead. There are lots of questions about the ticket happening. Okay, I'm trying to get ticket information from Rawaf directly as well as Jamil directly. If you have it, if you have not received it, message it to me. I'll try to get it. In Makkah, there is no ziyarah. Okay, ziyarah is not arranged in Makkah. How far Pullman Hotel to Mina? Well, from Pullman, which is right across from Haram, the reverse, that's going to be about 6 to 7 kilometers. Please do not attempt to walk from Mina, from Jamarat to the Haram. Please do not do that. it is a life-threatening situation. As I just mentioned, the temperatures can go up to 120 to 130 degrees with the sun bearing down. Okay, and then generally the roads are not straightforward. You can easily get lost from one tunnel to the other tunnel. You can get lost. Okay. Let's see. There are other questions.
Assalamu alaikum, Brother Farid. Quick question. You said ask away if you
Go
have
ahead, please.
When do we go to Mina? We go on the 7th after midnight, or we go on the 8th before Fajr sometime?
Okay. My preference always has been, what I have done with my group is to leave as early as possible on the 8th of Dhul Hijjah, between the midnight to the early morning. Okay, because the reason is it is less rush. If you are I'm going to say your guide, your service provider. I have to say this because at that time in situation, it depends on how we can make the arrangement. Okay, if they ask you to be ready, please be ready. Okay, the earliest you go for Mina, the accommodation becomes easier. Okay, whether it's in Al Mosam or Al Kapsh. Unfortunately, many a times they are sometimes overbooked, or sometimes people occupy spaces that they should not. This is where your patience comes in. Okay, this is where I keep repeating, things can go crazy in the arrangements, not because the service provider or the guide is not doing something, but it's just human nature there. There are people there who will occupy areas that they should not be doing, and it is very difficult to get them out of there. Anyways, so the earliest you go to Mina, the better for you. Okay, Brother Akram?
When will you arrange it though? When will the bus or something take us?
Again, we are trying to do this as early as possible on the 8th of Dhul Hijjah, but it depends. As we get closer to the arrangements, we will know the details more. Okay. I have requested that we be allowed to go as early as possible, and I have made a commitment that my hujjaj will be ready. Okay. See, one of the big problem that the service provider runs into with the guides is we ask for a slot, but then our hujjaj will be out shopping somewhere.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying, Brother Akram? Okay.
Yes.
So this is where I am emphasizing to my hujjaj. If we tell you, be ready by 2 a.m. on 8th of Dhul Hijjah, please be ready. Even if I don't get you a bus until 4 or 5 a.m., just be ready. Don't wander away. Don't do things, so that as soon as the bus comes, I can get you in there and get to Mina.
One more question. In the itinerary, it has a different guide. I think you covered that and you said that's fine. I just want to confirm that.
Right.
Okay. Has like Farid Adluni.
Yep, don't worry about it. Okay. It's all taken care of.
All right. Jazakallah khair.
Okay. All right. Your group chats will be opened up a little bit later today because we're waiting for this webinar to finish. Each one of the leads of those group chats, they will open up the group chat for more questions within the group, which are more specific to that. And I think they will also start scheduling some meet and greet Zoom sessions so that you can come on the Zoom and introduce each other within your groups. Not, when I say group, it is not package, okay? Groups as in hotel groups. So people who are in Pullman, Address, Anjum, being in one group, you can introduce to each other and get acquainted with the people that are in the same hotel. Same thing with Millennium, same thing with Ibis, same thing with Imar and Noor, Holiday Inn, etc., etc. Okay. Next, any other question?
Assalamualaikum, Sheikh.
Walaikum salam.
I have a question. Can a few of us, is there an option for Rawaf instead of taking the train? We feel more comfortable taking the bus and stop at Mikat. Is that okay or no option?
Taking the bus from Medina to Makkah?
Yes, sir.
No, sister. If somebody is offering you train, please do not opt for the bus.
Okay.
Bus is chaotic. You do not want to get into the bus situation, please.
Yeah.
Okay. We have struggled to convince our service providers to not do the bus, instead to do the train. So please do not discuss the bus. You're going to bring nightmares to me.
Okay, I'll tell my group, inshallah.
Okay. All right. Any other question? How early can we register for Rauda? Generally, the Rauda schedule opens up a few weeks before, so you should keep checking depending on your schedule. When you're in Medina, you should keep checking. And right now, as far as I recall, it's open for to the first week of June before the Hajj. I think it's open. If you're coming after the Hajj, I think it'll open in the next few weeks, inshallah ta'ala.
Look at this.
Okay.
Curzon, how strong are you?
Okay. If no other questions, are we done with the questions?
Brother, very slowly.
Walaikum
This is
salam.
Usman
Go
Ahmad
ahead.
again, yes. Quick question regarding the Zamzam water. While coming back, how lenient is CBP in terms? I mean, if for the residents of United States, how lenient is CBP in terms of getting Zamzam water through
CPP is not the problem, by the way. Okay, they don't bother with it. That's not an issue. The challenge is with the airline, especially if you have a connecting flight. Okay, see the flight that leaves from Jeddah, they understand that you're bringing the Zamzam water. Generally, they allow it, even though you may not have a second check bag. They generally do allow it free. Okay. But your connecting flight, that can become a challenge, basically. You might end up having to pay as a checked baggage, okay, but many of even the domestic airlines, the United, Americans, etc., they understand it is Zamzam. They do allow it, okay, but I cannot guarantee that part. Okay, the challenge is with connecting. No challenge with the CBPs. No challenge with the customs.
Jazakallah.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam, brother.
Hey, on the 9th of Dhul Hijjah at Arafat, are we gonna be in camp, or we will be able to go up to Mount Arafat, like to the mountain?
Good question, brother. Mount Arafat is one of the not Mount Arafat. Arafat, the plain of Arafat is one of the hottest area in that region, by the way. Okay, please understand that. If you want to go on the Mount Arafat, etc., we are not going to send groups there. Okay, we might consider sending group to Masjid al-Namra, but that is going to be a limited group under the guidance of one of our guides, basically. And that also we want to recommend for people to avoid that one. Okay, being out in the Arafat plain is extremely hot. It can get up to 130, 140 degrees in the Arafat with the sun bearing down because there are no trees. Generally, there are no trees. So the sun and the weather that bears down can be extremely difficult. Okay. So if you want to do it, I cannot stop you because it's your choice, right? But my recommendation is do not attempt it. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
We're gonna eat dinner. I'm gushti,
Okay. If no other question, we can go ahead and end, inshallah ta'ala. We are.
Sorry, I have just one last question.
Yes, brother.
On the 8th of Zulhijjah, from Makkah to Mina, we're going on the 8th morning, or we're going on the 7th night?
Again, I explained that earlier. Our plan is to go in the early morning hours of the 8th, inshallah. Not the night of the 9th, 7th, but the early morning hours of the 8th, okay? The exact time, this thing, we will only know it as we get closer to the Hajj period. Okay?
Okay, Jazakallah.
Brother Farid, I have one more question. This is Mohammed Islam.
Yes, brother.
I have the package 215, Jamil. So the quad occupancy on both places, Makkah and Medina, all the 4 people in the room will be from your hujjaj, or is gonna be like from other groups also, like from outside of your groups?
Well, it's mostly going to be from our group only. Okay.
Yeah.
But then it all depends on who comes first, who comes there at that point in time. But when we are going to do that room assignment, we are going to try and make sure our hujjaj are in rooms, basically. Okay. So it depends. It depends on how many people I have in 215. I don't have that information available in front of me. Okay. But we are going to try and put our people in this thing, in our rooms, inshallah.
So at least you have some control over this occupancy thing,
Of
right?
course, some control,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, Jazakallah khairan. That makes life a lot easier. Jazakallah khairan. Yeah.
Okay. All right, folks.
One
We
quick
need to
question.
stop. I'm sorry, this is the last question. Go ahead.
For the at Muzdalifa area, will we women have a separate area for women for bathroom
No.
and wudu?
No. Well, yes, bathroom is separate. There is a women's bathroom, there's a men's bathroom, okay? They are limited facilities. I want to make sure we all understand. Muzdalifa is a limited facility place, okay? Whereas Mina and Arafat has more facilities. Muzdalifa is a limited facility. There is a women's bathroom, there is a brother's bathroom within the same building, from the back, from the side, something like one side and the other side. Okay? All right, but there is no sections which are separate for women and brothers like the way we have in Arafat and Mina. Okay, it is one open space with the carpets and families can sit together, etc., etc. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Jazakallah khair. Again, if you have more questions, we are going to open up the, remember our Hajj open hour on Wednesday at between 7 to 8 Eastern Standard Time. Inshallah ta'ala, use that one. As well as the group leads will open up the chat group for questions. Use that moment. And they might even set up some sessions, meet and greet sessions, Zoom sessions, inshallah. I'm going to leave it to them to make the decision, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. There was one question that I want to clarify is we have different team members that will be supporting Jamil, different team members supporting Rawaf. Okay. Both of them will work. Yes, they will coordinate with each other wherever possible, but both of those two teams will be working under my guidance, and inshallah I will be there also in one of the groups. So we are all going to work as one big family, but it's two different teams working in the Jamil and Rawaf packages, inshallah. Rawaf and Jamil locations, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. Jazakallah khair for joining the session. If we have been able to deliver, help you understand anything, it's only from the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Every time I am talking to you all, every time I do anything with the Hajj, I feel humbled that Allah has chosen me to do this. Allah has chosen all of us to do this, and we are all lucky to be in this space, discussing about such a beautiful journey of a lifetime, inshallah. May Allah accept it for all of you. And if we have made any mistake in our presentation, in our information that we shared, we seek Allah's forgiveness. It's only our weakness. It's purely our weakness. As human beings, we do err. We ask Allah's forgiveness, inshallah ta'ala. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika wa tabarak asmuka wa ta'ala jadduka wa la ilaha ghayruk. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar. Fasalli li rabbika wanhar. Inna shaniyaka huwa al-abtar. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.